Hi friends, this is me, Dr. Jagdish Jagtap, and today we'll start with our series of summarizing the NCERT books for UPSC preparation. Now, this series aims at summarizing, so this is not the whole thing. I'm trying to take out a summary of all the NCERT books so that you can use it as a template before beginning to read the NCERT books, or you can use it as a revision after reading the NCERT books. So today we'll start with the first of the series, our favorite Mr. Bipin Chandra's History of Modern India NCERT book. The first chapter of this book is The Decline of the Mughal Empire. We'll divide this into two sections. So let's go. Now, the later Mughals, they were a bunch of losers, if you could call that. After Aurangzeb died, his son Bahadur Shah became the emperor. Bahadur Shah was an able ruler, but because of some stuff, he couldn't live much. So he ruled from 1707, the death of Aurangzeb, to 1712. After his death, we had Jahandar Shah. Jahandar Shah was a degenerate. He also couldn't do much. He died within a year. So between 1712 and 1720, this fellow Farooq Siyar ruled. Now the funny thing about Farooq Siyar is he was an alcoholic, but the kingmakers, that is the Sayyid brothers, they ruled by proxy and they were quite able rulers. After Farooq Siyar, we had Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah ruled for a long time, but he got the luxury of time, but he couldn't utilize it much. जैसे बंदे को 2 साल मिल गए यूपीएससी प्रिपेयर करने को और बंदा सिर्फ न्यूज़पेपर ही पढ़ता रहा, वैसे मोहम्मद शाह का हो गया. तो he ruled for almost 30 years but couldn't make any significant contribution. Now from the MCQ point of view, we have this order which is important because they'll ask you कि later Mughals में कौन सा emperor के बाद था. The earlier Mughals, the famous ones we know, but these losers we have to learn their names. So it is Bahadur Shah, Jahandar Shah, Farooq Siyar, and Muhammad Shah. You can use this mnemonic, and it's a funny mnemonic, so probably it will help you to remember. Moving on. Now these, just as we understood that these later Mughal emperors were a bunch of losers. So there was this one fellow, NizamulMulk Asaf Shah, who used to be a wazir in the court of Muhammad Shah. And this fellow, he was very depressed. Depressed in the sense, the emperor kept on conspiring against his wazir only. So finally he said, भाई रहे तुम अपनी दिल्ली संभालो, मैं जाता हूँ Hyderabad. And he went to Hyderabad and founded his own dynasty over there. Officially he did not declare independence, but as a matter of fact, he ruled independently. इस फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए वो लेटर भेजता था दिल्ली को साइन करने के लिए, बट जैसे वो प्रेसिडेंट प्राइम मिनिस्टर का रिलेशन होता है वैसे. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स ही वाज इंडिपेंडेंट, he was independent only and had his own dynasty. Similarly, okay, let's see what were the reasons that Delhi weakened so much. First, that the emperors were weak. Second things, the nobles tried to become kingmakers and rule by proxy, and they kept on intriguing against each other. And thirdly, these foreign invasions. Now this fellow Nadir Shah, he did Hamla in 1738, and he robbed the Kohinoor and the Shah Jahan's peacock throne. Now this is important because you might think that there are 3 invaders, major invaders, foreign wale. One is Nadir Shah, Ahmad Shah Abdali, and Muhammad of Ghazni. Muhammad of Ghazni was way back in the 11th, 12th century. That is not our concern right now. But this Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali, they might intermix. So Nadir Shah came first in 1738, और ये Ahmad Shah Abdali was a general in Nadir Shah's army. So after death of Nadir Shah, he started his own empire, and that is how we have this was stolen. The Peacock Throne and the Kohinoor. Moving on. Now, after Nadir Shah came Ahmad Shah Abdali. So he kept on invading India from 1748 to 1767. And in the Third Battle of Panipat in 1761, he defeated the Marathas. By the defeat of this Panipat, the Maratha ambitions to control the whole of North India suffered a severe setback. They tried to recover from it later on, but they couldn't in a major way. And that is why this northwest India was opened up for foreign conquerors. And since the power vacuum was created in North India and almost throughout India, the Britishers found an easy entry into India. So this battle is very significant. So just continuing the line of the later Mughals, there was this one emperor Shah Alam. इसकी ज़िंदगी में इसने एक ही अच्छा काम किया, अच्छा काम यानी इम्पोर्टेंट काम किया देश के लिए, कि वो बैटल हार गया, बैटल ऑफ बक्सर, and he signed a treaty with the British which gave them the Diwani rights. He was an emperor only in name because even when he was in this battle, he had no army as such of his own. He was running away from his wazir. Finally, he was taken to Delhi by the Marathas, and he ruled for some time under their protection. But nothing else of much of significance other than the Treaty of Buxar. Then we have some regional states which came into being after the disintegration of the Mughal Empire. These regional states are classified into two, that is the succession states and the rebellion states. Succession states are those states which succeeded the Mughal Empire, and for the sake of formality they maintained the prestige or the nominal leadership of the Mughal Emperor. Which are these states? They are Bengal, Awadh, Hyderabad, Carnatic, and some chiefs in the Punjab also. So these fellows, they were independent, but just for the sake of formality and by sake of tradition, they maintained the leadership of the Mughal Emperor. Then we have rebellion states. Now rebellion states are those who were created by rebelling against Mughal authority. So they were like the Maratha state, the Sikh state, or Bundelkhand, or Churaman Jat. So these fellows, they had rebelled against Mughal authority and carved their own independent kingdoms. The thing about both these states is the पहले वाले में succession states में the exact Mughal administration will be copied because they are the same. In the rebellion states, a slight variant of the Mughal administration will be copied with slight variations. Both these states were not theocratic states, like they treated Hindus and Muslims equally. Contrary to popular perception, both these states, either they be rebellion states or succession states, they both treated Hindus and Muslims equally because many of the succession states had their prime ministers as prominent Hindus and all, and many of the rebellion states had Muslim people as leaders in their army and so on and so forth. So we have to keep this in mind. Moving on to Hyderabad and Carnatic. Now this fellow, NizamulMulk, we have just learned about him that he had left his Delhi wazirdom and had come to Hyderabad to start his own dynasty. He succeeded quite well. We have to learn all these because it might come as a match the following question, like which successor state founded by whom? Which successor state founded by whom? In this way, we have Hyderabad founded by NizamulMulk Asif Jah. Just remember the name Asif Jah. ये निज़ाम को सबको याद रहता है, लेकिन आसिफ जाह याद नहीं रहता. बहुत बार पूछते हैं एग्जाम में. And then we have Carnatic Sadatullah Khan. In Bengal, there was this fellow Murshid Quli Khan. He became almost independent once Aurangzeb died. Then उसके बाद उसका बेटा शुजाउद्दीन, then उसका बेटा सरफराज खान. ये सरफराज खान को उड़ा दिया अलीवर्दी खान ने. And अलीवर्दी खान के बाद सिराजुद्दौला. Sirazuddaula is quite famous for losing Plassey. But the three important are Murshid Quli Khan, Alivardi Khan, and Sirazuddaula. The second and third one are not that significant. Just for the sake of completing the list, I have put them there. Now, let us talk a little bit about Bengal. Bengal was a very prosperous country, and it had lots of crops, lots of handicrafts, and it was a flourishing center. And the British had their eye on them from Calcutta, and these Nawabs, they were powerful, but they lacked foresight. Like, they couldn't judge that this British East India Company is not an ordinary trading company. It is a part of a very, very deadly machine called as British imperialism. But sadly, it might be a problem of their times, or they never developed a navy. Their forces were pitiable, not comparable to the British East India Company. They kept on fighting with their neighbors. Well, that was the trend all over India. But so when this Sirajuddaula was defeated in Plassey, that much we know. Moving on. Now Awadh. Can you see this? Awadh. Awadh was a very big part of India, and the Nawab there, Sadat Khan, Burhanul Mulk, and his later son Safdarjung, who also became the Wazir at Delhi, they increased their power, but they quite kind of helped the peasants and the population also. They introduced many good reforms in the land revenue collection, increasing production of agriculture, and with their further policies. But for today's lecture, just remember that Awadh state was founded by Sadat Khan Burhanul Mulk. If you forget the Burhanul Mulk, that's fine. Just remember Sadat Khan. Sadat Khan founded Awadh. NizamulMulk Asaf Jah founded Hyderabad. Okay. So let's end this lecture at this note today. We'll resume it within some time for the remaining part of this chapter. Thank you for watching. Please comment and let me know if we want to hear the book summaries of which books, because we'll have to prioritize. We have limited time from now. Thank you. Have a nice day.